Will.
Hello.
Will. You've been splashing the cash, mate. Splashing the cash.
Hardly. Little deposit and a load of finance.
Oh, is that? So you bought yourself a new car, yeah?
Yes.
Do you actually need your own car? That's like, because you're a bit like me. Like, we can just drive.
I buy it in my own name so that because it's for insurance purposes and things like that.
Yeah.
And then we basically use it for development, and then that's it.
So it's kind of a development car.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much we can do with it till we paid it off, but we'll pay it off as quick as we can, and then we can do, you know,
do what you want with
things to it. Yeah.
So that would make me assume, is it a VW or an Audi then?
I don't know what it is.
Is it?
It's a German vehicle.
It's a German vehicle.
It's not
yeah?
French.
Okay, it's not French. It's not Italian.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not that brave.
Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of a reveal. It's quite a big moment. You've finally treated yourself to a new car.
Yeah, for now.
You've been running around in the Q7 for quite a while.
I sold
the Q7, then you went to an Audi.
I've still got the A6 estate because I put the dog in it, you see.
Because you've got the big dog out the back.
Yeah, because he comes home with me at night and then back here and do it in the morning. Then obviously, you know, I wouldn't put him in the Beamer either. So I use the daily car and then that just for when the dog's not with me. Cool. For now, unless I put like a sheet over it, but I think it's still just.
No, forget that. I would not want to have my dog, especially that dog, in that car. Right, guys, let's put my hat on a bit more sensibly as well, so I don't look like an absolute silly Billy. But what we'll do, guys, now is we'll cut to the intro, and then we'll do a big reveal of Will's new car. All right? Will, so it's a 2015 F80 M3.
Yep.
But there's something quite interesting about this car, isn't there?
Yeah, it's manual.
It's manual.
Yes.
You chose a manual gearbox car because...
It took me ages to find one that I kind of liked. Because there's a few for sale. There's about 7 or 8 for sale in the country that I could find.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably less than that. It probably wasn't that many, to be fair, because 2 of them that were for sale were still DCT or whatever, the SIMG or whatever.
They are rare, aren't they? They're mega rare.
So, and I mean, obviously the auto, the DCT's faster, I know that.
Yeah.
But that's not what it's about for me. I just want a manual car.
Mate, it just sums you up as a person, isn't it? You are all about that. You're an old school guy. You like your...
I prefer that. If I want third gear, I want third gear, you know.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait there for no computer, you know.
No, you're right though. You love that. We all do. That analogue driving style. I suppose it's just laziness more than anything. Like, personally, I couldn't daily drive a manual, but a manual's more engaging. It's more drivable. It's more exciting to drive, isn't it?
I do prefer that. And you make mistakes in them, do you know what I mean? Same as if a DCT one won't go in gear because you're going too fast, it won't change down. Yeah. You can still do that with a manual, potentially, but if you ram it in hard enough, it'll go in. That's what she said! You know?
Yeah, of course. So, it's non-compact cars. Hold on, I was going to say, funny enough, I've been looking at these cars because I've just put my M5 up for sale.
I don't even know if they do a comp in manual. They probably do.
I think they do exist, my friend Ibby had one, compact manual. It's a great spec car, but it's really weird that particular car was massive spec, but a manual gearbox. So specific.
Somebody must have specifically bought
that car. But I've been looking at non-compact cars as well, funny enough, because I think they look so... I don't know, they've got a clean look to them. They just look so classy and original, doesn't it?
No, I prefer. The other wheels are nice, the comp wheels. I do like them, but I prefer the big dish on these.
Yeah.
So, although I'm not a black wheel fan, but I don't know, I just kind of like the stance for this car.
Yeah, I think it looks really good. So
because they're more flat and less concave, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I suppose, the comp wheels are...
It's hard because they're a nicer looking wheel.
They are, they're an attractive wheel.
But they haven't got the dish for me, which I kind of like. So it's kind of like,
I always find with cars, right, like with the E46 M3, when it was new, everyone preferred the 19-inch wheels, right?
Yeah.
And now, as things get a bit more classical, a bit older, not that this is an old car, but then you sort of turn back to the original look.
Correct.
And this is an original looking car. I know you've got a few little bits in it, but I love it.
The M Sport carbon bits on it and splitters and then rear diffuser and it's got the side skirts as well. So.
Yeah, I noticed you've got a few carbon bits. What is it, Daytona grey, is it the colour?
Mica grey or something.
Okay.
Mica something grey.
Black grills as well, kidney grills at the front there.
Been done.
They look good.
And from that, you stock it. stock exterior, the suspension's changed.
Okay.
So we put the iBack Proline springs on, and then we've done a 12mm spacer all round.
Because it looks chunky, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Just right. That is. It's not. The wheels aren't too far. Like people do 15s, and the 15mm spacer, as good as it is, it's just. I want it to, you know, I don't want it to be too spaced out.
Yeah,
so I've gone in the middle.
Mate, it looks really, really good. So you bought this car completely stock?
Standard, yeah, totally standard.
Bar the carbon kit, did that already? Did it come?
That was on the car.
That was already
that's how the car came to me. So I've not done any exterior things at all. That's how it's come.
Okay.
So it's had that on it previously.
But the suspension
I've done the suspension. I've done the spacers, and we've tuned it. And that's. I've got some secondary cat deletes in the office, but we just haven't had time to fit those yet. So
okay, so the exhaust at the minute is stock, yeah?
Bone stock. Yeah.
It sounds really good, doesn't it?
Bone stock exhaust. It's got all 4 cats on it still.
Bloody hell.
So, but I'm running the car on normal fuel and octane booster, just so I can kick its head in and it'll never have a problem. So
wicked.
I'll probably melt the cats, but you know.
Yeah, of course it will. But you're going to do that.
Replace them with some different ones.
Some road legal ones, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
So stock, what are they, 420 brake?
425, I think they are.
Okay, and you've tuned it, stage 1 tune?
It was 434 with the octane booster, stock. So, because the fuel was unknown when I got the car, so I put octane booster in. It turns out the fuel was fine, and it did a chunky 434 stock. And then we put a stage 1 plus, which is all it can have, and ran it with the octane boosted fuel, and it was 543.
That is massive.
So it's about 15, 20 over what we'd normally see.
That's a massive power gain
on a 1 plus. Yeah, it's good. It's manual as well, so there's no torque limit. Well, there is, but there's no. There's no gearbox interfering with anything. It's because it's manual, so it's just it's just let it eat. So
wicked.
Yeah, it's good.
Right, so should we pop out, go for a little drive in it?
Go for a little drive.
Let you drive, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. I've been running around in a 330D for the last couple of days.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking, like, doesn't. I know it's the same bloody car, basically. I know it ain't, but it is, yeah.
Oh, it is, yeah.
It's the same car. Like, interior's all the same, but it's weird how an M3 just feels completely different. Like, I just.
You jiggle the steering wheel, it's like,
it just feels like solid. The big bonnet bulge, the wing mirrors, it just feels like
you can see in the mirror. You can see the fat arches in the mirror as well, can't you?
Arches. Let's just talk about these arches, man. This rear end of this car looks absolutely chunky, doesn't it? The arches are just fat.
Yeah, I mean they're like, I don't know, what are they, 2-3 inches wider?
I haven't got a clue, but yeah, when you look at that wing mirror, it looks amazing, doesn't it?
It's big. To be honest, you know, when you're like manoeuvring. You get something coming the other way, like a bus or something like that. I am conscious in this that I am.
You've got
and it's like
width.
you look and you think, oh.
Yeah, you've got to be careful with it.
It's got a heads-up display as well on this one.
I was going to say, it's got a heads-up display, Harman Kardon as well.
Yeah.
Heat seats, that's important.
Yeah,
they're the main ones, really, aren't they?
So it's got the M buttons on the steering wheel, which we have anyway, don't they?
Yeah.
They call it, what's the nav called?
Business nav.
The Pro Nav.
Pro Nav, sorry.
Is it Pro Nav? Is it Pro Nav?
Yeah, it's Pro Nav. Yeah. You're right.
So, and then, apart from that, it's just...
It's got everything you need it to have.
Yeah, more than enough.
And a manual gearbox, mate. And a manual gearbox. What have you been up to, Will? Tuning cars, messing around with cars?
You've been just same old, really.
You've been doing your YouTube channel as well. You started a YouTube channel up, yeah?
Yeah, we're doing a few videos. Just what we've done is like some of the customer cars, they've asked for a video, and
yeah,
obviously we'll do our own little videos, but then we'll do the videos with you like the VRS cars like we normally do.
Yeah.
But like we're just doing bits in the workshop just to kind of like just to show people
what you're about.
Yeah, because obviously it gets you out there, and you know, rather it's not really about earning money from the channel, but what the way we see it is that people watch the videos and they see what we can and can't do.
Yeah,
you know, what we're capable of and what we're not, and then they may or may not bring their car in for work, and that's where we make money from. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
We're not going to be a particularly popular channel, but what it might do, and we're trying to be truthful on it as well, as in as much as customers will allow, because you can't. If a customer comes in and they're unhappy about something, what you don't want is a conflict where you put that on your channel and then they're embarrassed because you made them look bad, or vice versa.
Yeah, of course.
And I don't want it that. I would just like, but if we mess something up, we build something up, then I'll be honest about it.
Yeah.
And then ultimately, because people like that, you know.
Yeah.
A bit of honesty.
Yeah, of course.
Usually anyway. I like a bit of drama, don't we?
Oh, definitely.
So.
But you know what, you do go into some details with what you do, don't you? And
sometimes too much.
Well, but it's good. People love it, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, that's the idea. People can see that, you know, we do know what we're doing to a certain extent, you know.
Yeah.
Pretty much anyway.
Oh my god. It has third gear, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was third gear and it was lighting up. The transformation, I say it all the time with pretty much every car, but these cars in particular, the stage 1 tune is a joke of a difference, isn't it? It is such a massive difference.
That's third gear. I know the probably tyres are a bit cold, but
even still, we're running what Michelins of some kind.
4S's.
And it's lighting up like that on a dry. This is pretty much dry road, bit of damp.
Yeah, and it does it like that, doesn't it?
Oh mate, they're a wicked car.
Very funny.
I think these are the best all-rounder going. I know, like budget-wise, they're not mega cheap. They're sort of 30-ish grand as well.
Yeah, this was 33 grand.
Okay.
So I think they ranged from 3150 up to 40 something grand in manual that I saw.
Okay.
This was the bottom end of the market. Some people buy a car cash.
Yeah, yeah.
Most people finance their cars, don't they?
Yeah, honestly, all cars of this sort of value at Bincar that we sell, nearly all of them are on finance.
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be silly even if you have got all the money sat in the bank.
Yeah, because you need. It's like whatever money we have at work, that's not mine. That belongs to VRS.
It's a business.
It's not my money at all. Yeah, although I'm a director of it, it doesn't belong to me. So I have my wage, and I have to pay myself an amount to do it. So, and then whatever we do to this development-wise, it helps the business.
Yeah.
So, and I don't want to cripple the business with a monthly payment. So,
No.
So that's why I do it through myself. So.
And I suppose ultimately you're a petrol head and you want to have a nice car, don't you?
Of course, yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about.
It must feel good for you to be jumping.
Yeah, it's nice to have a nice car again. I had the Club Sport before, and then I had the 135i.
Yeah, I was going to say that was a manual as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, we used that on the track. That was wicked.
So you said earlier you're not going to go to town on it just yet.
No, I want to get paid first. So
you're going to leave it as it is. Maybe do a bit of development on it within reason, nothing too mad.
Yeah, legally I can't really do a lot with it because obviously there's outstanding payments on it. So,
yeah, of course.
You know, modifying a vehicle majorly beyond its normality is not really allowed. So, but and I'm all about doing it. I think it should be done right like that. So
what about crank hub fix? Because obviously that's a common issue with these cars.
That's the next thing that we're going to do.
So that needs doing on this car.
Yeah, and then that's a modification to better the reliability of the vehicle.
Of course it is, yeah, it's a bit of a must.
Yeah, that's 100% a must.
What's it cost to do a crank hub fix on one of these? Hold on, did you just split the throttle then, or did the car do it?
The car does do it, but I do it
You do it as well, yeah.
Because if you don't, the problem with these crank hubs is if you don't do that and just jam it in gear, and that's what
loosens the crank hub.
Yeah, that's what
we had this chat before.
Yeah, potentially loosen it. Sorry, I know you don't.
Mate, I hate it, man, but I like it at the same time.
Got it!
Do you know what? I am so impressed with the performance of this car.
It's mental, isn't it?
A stage 1 Mac wheel. That's bloody ridiculous. I know there's obviously a little bit more involved than that, but
well, it's not just a.
It's not just a map.
No, well, it is ultimately, but we've pushed it. But I'm running it on octane booster, so we can run a little bit more ignition, and ignition helps, you know.
It's a fast. I don't know if the fact that it's a manual gives you a bit of like a different perception of speed. I don't know.
Well, you don't get the gearbox isn't interfering. You got to remember.
Yeah.
There's no torque. I know when you put XHP in and take the torque limits off and stuff like that, but ultimately, you know, this is a mechanical box. It's a gear, a prop shaft, and a clutch, and it's attached to the crank.
So
that's it.
There's no restriction.
No electronics that's stopping it doing anything.
Yeah.
Yes, you've got like. If the engine sees a certain amount of torque, the engine ECU could then pull it back to save the gearbox, but all that's turned off. It's like
because you know how to drive it. I
just let it eat, you know. Yeah, but I don't mind if the gearbox breaks, I'll fix it. You know.
Yeah, cool.
I think that we're not in the realms of breaking this gearbox. I mean, the cars are 425 out of the box, and we've only gone up 100 horsepower.
So what are they like?
10, 120 horsepower.
I don't suppose you know how well these cope, because they've not really been much done to them, I guess.
I had a look actually to see what the crack was online. There's some guys there's obviously guys in America doing single turbo stuff. There's a guy in Australia running, like, I can't remember what it is, about 8, 9 or 1,000 horsepower on a stock box, and he's going down the street with the wheels blazing in like 4th gear and doing all this, and I was like, wow,
yeah.
That kind of put a bit of confidence in me, because I thought, well, if he's doing that, it's like, how am I going to break it on a stage 1? I'm not really going to, am I? So.
No, you'll be fine, yeah. So I could see your mind ticking. I kept looking at you thinking, what are we doing? What?
Sorry.
You're just a big kid, aren't you? You are just a big kid.
You can just clutch it and do it.
But this is the thing with the manual gearbox. See how easy that was? That was wicked.
You can just clutch it and do it.
I know. We're going to wrap it up, leave it at that. Thank you everyone very much for watching. I'll put a link for Will's YouTube channel in the description below. If you want to see any content on his channel, definitely check it out and hit subscribe on his channel. Hit subscribe on my channel as well if you're new, and hit like, follow on Instagram. Give him a follow on Instagram as well. Put that in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.